South Park made a career out of roasting everyone, from redneck conservatives to hippie liberals. No one's safe. But in season 19, they set their sights on something bigger, PC culture itself, and it resulted in one of the best seasons in the show's history. The season kicks off with the introduction of a rage-filled frat bro from Texas who checks privilege and glazes Caitlyn Jenner, PC Principal. The episode changed the entire show going forward, and in this video we'll break it all down from the storyline to the satire to the social commentary. So, without further ado, let's get into that time South Park declared war on PC culture. The episode begins with Mr. Mackey holding a meeting with all the parents and children that reveals that Principal Victoria was fired. He then introduces PC Principal, who walks down the aisle like a gym bro pretending he has lats. Then he takes the mic and starts yapping about how he's going to make reforms and how everyone in South Park is basically a bigot.
That's 2 days detention for you, Mackey. Congratulations.
Well, I got detention?
PC Principal gives Cartman 4 days of detention, but strangely, Cartman doesn't react. He just slumps around defeated, which is completely out of character for him. But just then,
Will Kyle Broflovski report to the principal's office immediately? Okay.
Kyle and his dad were both called into PC Principal's office, and Kyle is given 2 weeks detention. And frankly, the reason is so appalling and disgusting, it would make any normal person want to throw up.
I don't think Caitlyn Jenner is a hero.
But then, to make it worse, Gerald refers to Bruce Jenner, which makes PC Principal absolutely crash out. Later at the bar, all the parents are talking about how bad PC Principal is and how he needs to go. But because they're at a college bar, all the dads start talking about how amazing Caitlyn Jenner is.
Oh, Caitlyn Jenner? She's a hero. She is stunning and brave.
Stunning. She is absolutely beautiful and an inspiration.
Yep, that's right.
Just then, a bunch of frat bros walk by and end up striking a conversation with each other. They decide to buy a house together and basically just create a fraternity in South Park.
Hey, what seems to be the problem here, gentlemen? Who the hell are you? I'm PC Principal. Bro, I had no idea there were like-minded individuals in this town who defended social minorities.
We should all get a house together and unite our tolerant views.
Cartman, who's still downbeat and sad, is approached by the boys, who give him a motivational speech about how he needs to be more like Tom Brady and just deny and subvert. The speech works and Cartman decides to do something, but first he needs Butter's underwear. He confronts PC Principal in the bathroom and demands that his detention be canceled, and PC Principal has to apologize for what he's done. From now on, I'm just going to refer to PC Principal as PC just because I'm going to say it so many times. But Cartman takes Butters' underwear and gets PC's DNA on it by dunking it in the urinal, attempting to frame him for being a Catholic priest.
Oh, you seem to have dropped something, PC Principal. What's this? Why, this is a little boy's underwear. Why, this is Butters' underwear.
What?
PC Principal, you have Butters' underwear and now... Oh my gosh, it's got your DNA all over it. This certainly doesn't look good for you.
But his plan fails because he makes one fatal mistake. He says something bigoted.
I don't need to tell anyone about this. No, I think we have an understanding. Capiche?
Well, if you didn't catch it, then you're a bigot. He used a word that associates Italian Americans with intimidation tactics. This makes PC really mad, but what pushes him over the edge is when Cartman refers to the spokesman of Subway.
You don't want to end up like the spokesman for Subway, do you?
Which is an egregious assault because it excludes women from an occupation and insinuates that women are not as capable as men when it comes to selling sandwiches. He's using words to assert his male privilege, and PC Principal just will not stand up for it. He proceeds to beat the crap out of Cartman and mauls him until he ends up in the hospital. So Randy is in his house and he sees the frat club across the street and goes over to shut the party down, but is mistaken for a pledge and is brought in, drinks a ton of shots, learns about PC culture, and comes home at 6 a.m. completely wasted. The next day he goes back again, but they just get wasted again and party for hours on end. Except to go from a pledge to a full-fledged member of PC, which for some reason Randy wants to do, he has to check someone's privilege. Back to the Cartman storyline, the boys visit Cartman in the hospital where he looks absolutely horrible and Cartman declares defeat. He says that PC Principal is right and that PC is the way to go. But Kyle says that he won't back down and that Caitlyn Jenner is probably not a very good person.
I'm not going to apologize for saying Caitlyn Jenner isn't a hero. In fact, personally, I think she's most likely not a very good person.
Unfortunately, this results in Randy and a few other guys harassing Kyle, leaving 20 pigs painted with bigot on them in his room, drawing on his face, and saran wrapping him to a tree as well as shaving parts of his head. When Stan talks to his dad about it, Randy just says a bunch of PC stuff and tries and fails not to throw up.
I had some refreshments and I checked your friend's privilege. Stan, straight white males in a capitalistic society have little understanding of victimization compared to injustices against underprivileged. In your face is a very first world problem.
Back at the hospital, Cartman apologizes for his horrible life as an insensitive bigot and vows to be better. When he finds out that Kyle is the main target of the frat boys, he decides to take them out even if he agrees with them because Kyle is his friend. I mean, this is just such a turn as he usually hates Kyle. In typical Cartman fashion, he sends 200 pregnant Mexican women at the house, launches tacos with taco launchers, sends in Syrian refugee children, and finally, Jared from Subway. But just as the PC Bros are going down, Kyle steps in and tells everyone to stop. He even goes as far as to tell everyone that Caitlyn Jenner is great just to make peace with everybody.
Caitlyn Jenner is a hero. There's no other way to say it. What she did took bravery, and she is absolutely stunning.
Oh, and Randy is branded, like literally branded like a cow, and officially becomes PC.
So I'm PC now? You're not only PC, you've actually changed my PC. Congrats. Here's your Oakleys. Oh, wow, Oakleys. Oh, yeah, bro, these are sweat.
This episode is an amazing example of how South Park makes fun of its victims and reveals the absurdity of the super extreme views on both sides. By hyperbolizing the situation to a ridiculous level, it shows the problems with the people and ideas that they're talking about in the episode. They aren't saying that everyone should just be racist and use slurs all the time or anything like that, but here's what they're doing. They're showing that you don't need to police every single word that comes out of someone's mouth. For example, when Cartman says spokesman, PC Principal absolutely crashes out, which is ridiculous because Cartman wasn't trying to imply that women can't do it, he was just using the term that everyone uses. But instead of pointing out the problem, PC Principal instantly goes to violence. Also, when Kyle has his own beliefs about Caitlyn Jenner, instead of just accepting that people are allowed to have their own opinions, whether they're right or wrong, they ridicule and shame him and just destroy his life because he doesn't agree with them. And finally, the social and communal aspect of this culture. Some people, like Randy, just join to fit in and feel like they belong, and spout PC stuff for the sake of it, not actually believing it. But PC Principal is a good example. He actually cares about what he's talking about and doesn't just do it for the fun of it. And sometimes it gets to the point where people are pressured to compromise their own views in order not to be destroyed by everyone else, which is a serious problem. The moral of the story is basically just that people should be able to have their own opinions without being banished from society and definitely should not be physically punished. But onto my rating. This is one of my favorite episodes because it perfectly blends commentary with comedy, and honestly, I just love PC Principal. His raging attitude and his story arc throughout the season are just amazing. I also love how everyone's just constantly using really big words and long sentences for something that really isn't that complicated, and even if it's really, really dumb. Here's one of Cartman and Kyle.
And what happens when an invulnerable cheater comes up against an elitist corporate dictator?
Perfect storm of hypocrisy that everyone in the country has to deal with for months on end.
On IMDb, this episode is ranked very, very low, with only a 7.3 out of 10 on the lower side for South Park. But honestly, I would give it probably a 9 to a 9.3. I just enjoyed this episode way too much, and I loved the entire season. I'll make another video covering all of season 19 at some point, but that's aside. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you made it this far, please like and sub because it helps out a ton, especially for someone with no audience. I try to post at least once or twice a week, so stay tuned for those. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.
That's all, folks.
Did you just use a term that excludes women from an occupation?
Okay, let's back up.
Ah! Did you just say spokesman instead of spokesperson when women are just as capable of selling sandwiches as anyone? Are you purposely trying to use words that assert your male privilege?
No, I'm sorry. I was just trying to frame you for ripping butters.